Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to talk about the LPN to RN transition program. So without further ado, let's get this video started. So you're probably wondering, in order to get into the LPN RN program, like what are the requirements? How much does it cost? Is there an entrance exam? Is it easy to get in? There's so many questions. I got you. Don't worry. Let me answer it for you. So first thing is first, like what do you actually need? Okay, so in order to start the LPN RN program, you do need to do some prerequisites, which I did. So basically for my program, I needed to get certain things done. For instance, you need to take bio, AMP2 basically. You need to take math, you need to take chem, you need to take microbiology, human growth and development, speech, ethics, so many classes. Don't worry, I'm gonna put a label on all the classes that I did, or in the bottom, I'm gonna put all the classes that I personally took. But then again, you have to keep in mind, every program is different. So my program had different prerequisites than yours. Maybe your program doesn't even have any prerequisites, so it's so much easier to get in, but there are prerequisites. The prerequisite classes are really not that bad. Compared to nursing school classes, those classes are a piece of cake, so I wouldn't even think too much about. The next thing I want to talk about is those classes I just mentioned. So in order to get into the program, what do you need to do? So my school, the way they calculated people getting into the program is they look at your science GPA. So that means your chem class or your microbiology or your AMP2 class. That's what they look at. That's the most important thing. All your other classes, GPA really doesn't matter, but the science and the math is the two things they look at. What else do they look at? So they also look at the T's. They look at the T's. For my school, I believe the requirement was 70% or 60%. I can't remember, but every school is different. But just keep in mind, you have to make sure you get your T's score up. I took my T's test during the pandemic, so maybe there is a way you're able to take the T's without paying for it out of pocket, and B, see if you can take it at home, because nowadays there is an option for that. And even if it is, honestly, there's so many resources out there on how to study for the T's, and they do the same thing with the T's. They look at your science and your math scores, but just make sure you get a high score. And the question you probably want to know is, was it easy to get into the program? I want to say yes and no. So this is the reason why. Basically, the LPN RN program is so much easier to get into than the generic RN program, because the generic RN program, everyone is applying for that program. But if you already have your LPN license, or you're I believe it's a medical assistant or a paramedic, you can also apply for the LPN RN program, because you are coming from one field, medical field, to the next. So basically, for those programs, it's easier and not a lot of people are applying for it. So for me personally, I really didn't stress about not getting in, because it's generally the LPN RN program, it is a lot easier to get in my opinion, at least. If this video looks a little different than the position I was in, it's because my phone keeps acting up, so I had to fix it for a minute. But anyway, so the other thing is there a GPA requirement? I forgot to mention this earlier, but basically with the LPN RN program, there isn't a GPA requirement, at least for my program, because like I said, I did so bad before I started nursing. Like my GPA was horrible before. Then when I started the LPN RN program, that's when I really made it better, but they never really looked at that for me, which was one of my worries, but it really, it worked out. Obviously, I'm in the program now, Also, let's not forget about the cost. So with the LPN RN program, I'm going to a community college. So usually they're cheap. My school is about $6,000 to $7,000, and I did get help from financial aid at the beginning, but then I stopped getting help. But either way, $6,000 to $7,000 is not bad at all. You can get loan out and make sure you get the one that they don't tax you and stuff like that. I forget which one it is, but just make sure you get a loan out, and that's not even it's definitely doable. People spend $40,000, maybe $80,000, so take advantage of that. And hopefully you're able to find a community college near you instead of doing a university, just because it is a lot more pricier. And of course, the question we all want to know, is the program easy? Okay, nursing school is not easy at all, but let me say this, honestly, the LPN and RN program is so much more doable than the LPN program, at least in my experience. My LPN program, guys, I stressed, I got pimples all over my face. It was literally the worst year of my life. Well, let me not say that, but it was horrible because school really stressed me out. It really made me buckle down. My LPN program was so hard, but the LPN RN program, honestly, y'all, is majority of the stuff is repetition. Like stuff that you learned before, they just add a little bit more information. But the LPN RN program is so doable. Honestly, if you're already LPN, you're a nurse, you know what you're doing, you already work on the floor, hopefully you're working, because actual experience helps you put 2 and 2 together, you know? So the LPN RN program overall is not bad. Like, it's doable. I hope all the information I shared helped you guys out for whoever, you know, wants to look into the LPN RN program, my future nurses. If you're thinking about, you know, instead of doing the RN route, doing the LPN, like getting into your LPN first, and then doing the LPN RN, however you want to do it, I definitely, you know, would look into programs in your area and see what's the best option for you. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys later.